it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. I am in the mood to do a crochet challenge, and I think I'm gonna do the 24-hour challenge again, but I'm gonna do it different than I did last time. I know these videos have continued to be really popular, and I did one about this time last year that was really fun but also exhausting because I decided to do it in one weekend. So I'll link it if you want to check it out, but I did 24 hours of crafting in 3 days. This time we're just doing crocheting, and I'm just gonna take the normal route of just timing when I crochet and just see what I can get done in 24 hours. I'm also simultaneously trying to tackle my to be made list, or at least make a dent. I'm a list maker, and so I always have lists of ideas, but right now I have a current projects list, a to be designed for future markets list, and a future projects list. Those two are different. So on my current projects list that I've written out here very beautifully, I want to work on a dress pattern that I got from Hoodie. I got the yarn for it. I downloaded the pattern months ago, honestly. I just haven't started it. I also have a pair of crochet shorts that I made last summer that I need to redo, or that I want to redo. I was kind of like on a crochet shorts making kick, and a crochet shorts making kick. And after the third pair, I thought I remembered how to make them, and like they work, but they bunch in some weird places because I forgot until after I finished the last pair, and then I suddenly remembered what I'd been doing wrong the whole time, so I want to redo those. I also found a pattern on YouTube that I want to make. It's just like a kind of like lacy top. I have some yarn I got from Hoodie that I want to use for a little top. I'm also working on, I'm probably close to being halfway done with my hoodie pattern that I have a tutorial for on here. My mom asked me to make her one, so I'm remaking that hoodie for her. I also am working on a kind of like a mesh muscle tank that I want to try to make a pattern with to do a tutorial for. So I made one version of it that actually doesn't fit me, so I took some notes, figured things out. This is not what the final thing's gonna look like, but this is how the first one turned out, and it's this mesh pattern. So I want to make that and have it come out the way I want, to potentially do a tutorial. I am working on a colorwork cardigan made out of tiny solid granny squares that I'm perpetually working on. I got some yarn. It's spring is almost over and we're now going into summer, but I want to make a really cute little pastel yellow, like lacy cardigan just to kind of like throw on over a dress or something just to keep my shoulders warm. And the last thing on my list is my book dragon, which if you even know what I'm talking about, thank you for continuing to be here. But I wanted to do, I know everybody got into like the book Snakes towards the end of last year, or for 2024. I saw one of those like a while back, and I wanted to make a book dragon. So we'll talk more about that later, so I'm not rambling forever, but it's May of 2025 and I'm finally ready to finish it. Do I think I can finish all these things in 24 hours? Absolutely not. But I'm trying to make a dent, and I am notorious for project hopping, so I'm gonna just kind of see what I feel like doing. I'm trying to limit myself to 3 whips at a time. I am also making a little plushie out of the rest of this rainbow yarn that I got for like casual market prep. So I feel like working on something small that's kind of like mindless, I'll probably switch to this. So I'm gonna keep track of this on my phone, on the timer, and it's currently Tuesday afternoon. I finish up classes for the summer Thursday and have to have grades in Friday, but after that I'm a free woman, so I will have a lot of time to do this crocheting later on in the week, but for these next few days I'll probably just be able to get a few hours in. Okay, so I just stopped the timer at 58 minutes, 48 seconds. I worked for a little while, then took a break to make some dinner and just take a break in general, and then I came back up and I've been working for like another half an hour. I'm definitely taking a break. Probably gonna head to bed soon. It's almost 11:30. I got this plushie to the point of being ready to be stuffed and putting in the safety eyes first. I always forget to do that. And then on the hoodie for my mom, where this was when I started it today was like part way stitched up this sleeve. So I finished stitching up the sleeve, did the cuff, and then just got one row done of the second sleeve. So pretty good progress for an hour. I can tell that my eyes look tired, so I'm gonna go to bed and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Alright, so it's been a couple of days. I haven't got quite as far as I was hoping. I'm like 2.5 hours into the 24 hours. I spent about 6 hours yesterday grading papers, and in between doing that, I spent 2 hours giving a final. But today I am finished. It is Thursday evening, grades are in, work is done. It's time to crochet. So what I did manage to get finished is this little cat. I decided I wanted to give it felt eyes, so I'm gonna do that later. I did not include sewing on the ears and the tail as part of it, but I thought just like a fun little rainbow cat would be fun to use up the rest of that yarn. And then I did, make sure I'm not pulling anything out. The bad thing about like sweaters is when they get this big and they're hard to move around, but I got about halfway done with this sleeve. So this is probably what I'm gonna work on tonight, because I've been working on it for a while and I'm ready to get it done. Alright, it's Friday night, Friday evening. I've been very hard at work today. I just passed the 6-hour mark. I finished this hoodie hem. I did all of this today. Got the first half of the hood done. And now I'm going to go downtown. We've got plans. The guy is gonna be like a featured artist at this like art fair thing. So I'm gonna bring my yarn because I'm just gonna go and sit and support for a couple hours. So I figure I might as well keep working. So I'll put in a little clip of the fit check in case you care. And I'll see you later. Alright, just got home and I finished the other half of the hood. I am going to probably take a little break, have some dinner, and then I'll probably work on this some more tonight. I don't have very much left. I have to put together the hood, put it on, and then do like the trim around the collar and the tie. And I'm pretty sure this is not enough yarn for that. But luckily, this is Hobby Lobby yarn, and their yarn is on sale next week. So Monday I can go and get one more skein that I'm not even gonna have to use that much of. Isn't that always the way? But that's all right. But yeah, so I think I'm at, it took me an hour, I think, to do this. So I just am about at 7 hours. So put in a lot of good work today. I don't remember what the stopwatch was at when I started today, but I finally put in a good amount of work. So I'm gonna get some dinner, change clothes, all that jazz. I don't know if I'll film any more tonight, so I'll check in with you later on tomorrow. It's Sunday morning. We just got back from running some errands. I did a lot more crocheting yesterday. I just didn't feel like filming it. I finished, oh, that way. I finished the hoodie yesterday. I did not weave in ends yet, but I also started following a Chenda DIY pattern for a top that like, it makes like these little flowers. I'm hoping I have enough yarn for this. I ended up having to double strand it because this is a fine weight yarn, but I think it's gonna be okay. So we're messing around with that. And then yesterday, just to get out of the house, I went to Walmart and was looking at the yarn, and I got some peaches and cream, and I'm attempting to make like a little sun hat. So I did all of this last night, and I just started this morning kind of trying to do a little bit of a brim. So this is kind of an experiment. We're gonna see how that goes, but I'm gonna have some lunch and probably get back to work on both of those. Okay, so some updates on one win and some kind of crochet fails. It is Monday evening. I've only been done with work for a few days and I'm already losing track. So this hat turned out really cute, I think, but I wanted it to be like a sun hat, and it's more of like a bucket hat with a wide brim. So I really like this stitch pattern though that I made, and I would love to make a pattern for it. So I think I'm gonna try again and maybe like shorten this part, because I think that like makes it look more sun hatty. I don't know. And I'm going to use this yarn because I started working on this pattern a little bit more again yesterday, and I'm still gonna include the Chenda DIY video link because the shirt is so cute, but I was thinking about it, and I don't think I would wear this. It's just, I'm not like wear something see-through like this with just like a bralette underneath it. That's just that personally, I just don't feel really comfortable in that. So, and I don't know, I probably wouldn't wear a t-shirt under it either. So I think I might undo this and try the sun hat in this stuff, because with it doubled up, I'm hoping it'll be thick enough. Then I also, last night and today, started working on the Hoodie dress pattern, which I'm kind of confused on because I checked the measurements and everything before I bought the yarn, and based on the sizing, I thought I knew which size would fit me and all this stuff, and this does fit me, but this I had to like add a bunch more rows, like if it was 2 sizes larger than I thought I needed. So I definitely didn't have enough yarn. Like this is supposed to be like all the way down here with this amount of yarn. So I decided to go ahead and start doing the sleeve to see if it was even gonna work. This is, I think I already talked about this, but I bought something instead of mohair. And I bought the same weight yarn, which was my weird mistake. But I bought this like purple and pink and blue like ombre thing, and I wanted to start the sleeve, see if it was even gonna work or if I was even gonna like it before I bought more yarn. And I don't. It's like, I don't like the color change. I wanted there to be more purple because it's not fuzzy mohair. I think it just looks kind of messy. So I bought this stuff a while ago. I don't know what Hobie's return policy is. I'm gonna try to return it. If I can't, I will figure out something to do with these to try to sell, because I have 6 of these. This cotton will be easy to find something to do with, but I'm gonna keep the pattern. I might try to do something with it again another time, but this is not gonna work out, so some fails, but that's all right. I will try another written pattern another day. Okay, so update. I'm pretty sure it would cost more to return the yarn to Hobie than I paid for it, so. And I actually have 8 of these, not 6, so I think even if I like double or triple strand them, I will still probably have enough to make something, so we'll see. Alrighty, it's Tuesday evening and my arms are full because I just am relocating from downstairs. I did a decent amount of work today, actually just past 21 hours. I think I'm gonna call it quits for the night. It's almost 9 o'clock. My arms are getting a little sore. So I will probably try to do the last 3 hours tomorrow. Hang on, I'm tangled here. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Okay, so last night I finished my second version of this hat. Again, very cute. It is more sun hat shaped. It looks great with my hair in a ponytail, but it is too flimsy. Now it just kind of looks like a fedora. Okay, but I promise it's cute when your hair looks right with it. But it's still just kind of bucket hatty. So I had to go to the craft store. So I got some Crafter's Secret yarn, which is a little more coarse. So I was experimenting with double stranding it, but I don't have enough yarn to finish the hat, and it doesn't seem that much stiffer than if I don't double strand it, so I'll probably try that again at some point. I'm trying to get the brim to like stick out. I don't know if that will work without like cording or like jute yarn or something. I also today I'm determined to finish the Book Dragon scarf. I wove in all the ends a couple days ago, which does not count towards my time. I put the eyes and nostrils in on its face, and I have a little sock puppet. I'm gonna do like nostrils around. Then I made the ears. I messed around with starting legs, but because it's a scarf, like, I do want to stuff the tail and the head a little bit, not too much, but I don't know if I want a ton of stuffed things coming off it, so I might actually not do legs. But I kind of started one and I kept that, and I think I'll decide later once I put the head and stuff on. I started the tail. I think at this point I'm gonna stuff it and then make it get skinnier and not stuff that part. I have it solid at the bottom because I think where it attaches to the bottom of the scarf, I'm gonna do it around so it's like pinched at the end of the scarf, and obviously you don't want the stuffing to fall out, so that might look stupid. It all might look stupid. We're gonna see. But and then after, like, I think this was the third or fourth try, this is what I've got for the wing. I realized I need a contrasting color for the horns, so I'll probably, I have some left of like all of these colors, I think, so I'll probably just pick one and do like a trim and like some veins or something on the wings and do the horns in that color too, and put it all together and just kind of see. So I know I probably could have just looked up for a pattern for the wing, but I was sort of just like determined to see if I could figure out something that I liked. So that's where that's at. Yeah, like I said, I think I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. I'm not really sure if I will just continue working on that tomorrow or do the last 3 hours doing something else. We'll see. Good morning. It is Wednesday. We have hit 22 hours. So I'm planning on finishing this up today. It's been, I guess this makes day 9, which, considering I had a slow start, I think that's pretty good. I finished all my little pieces for the dragon. They're very goofy looking. Like, this head is like the weirdest thing. I still need to obviously tie in ends. I did use my entire, this was like full to the top, and I had another little pile, jar of scraps for stuffing, so that's awesome. I think what I'm gonna do, I don't really feel like starting anything new just for these last 2 hours, so I think, because I've barely worked on it at all for like a couple weeks, I'm gonna keep going on my little granny squares for that cardigan that I've been working on. Alright, I've got like 45 minutes to go. My thumbs start to hurt like in here when I'm doing like really tiny projects, so I had planned to just work on those little granny squares for the rest of the time, but my hands were getting tired of that, so I undid this hat that I started doing, and my brain is fried because it's a long story, but something I'm doing for like my job, I basically just spent 5 hours redoing PowerPoints. So my brain's a little fried and I really want to finish this today, so I couldn't be bothered to get out the yarn winder and wind up this yarn, and so I am double stranding it, I guess. And it's, I know I'm gonna regret it, but I've started. It's too late now, and that's a tomorrow problem. So I'm just gonna like watch YouTube and make this hat for the last 40 minutes or whatever. And I'll see you when the 24 hours is up. Can you tell that my my brain is mush? I'll see you in a little bit. I did it. I hit 24 hours. It is just after 8 o'clock. I am getting hungry. I need to make dinner. I got this far. On the hat. I'm going to take a break. And I obviously haven't been counting like sewing and weaving in ends and stuff, so I think I'm gonna do all that tomorrow and then do like a proper roundup of everything I've made. So I'll see you then. And I'm finished. I just finished sewing in the ends on everything, and I'll give you a quick roundup of everything I did. So in these 24 hours, I finished this hoodie for my mom. I did one whole arm, cuffs, hem, hood, and trim, and I just sewed on the buttons. I made 3 versions of this new bucket hat design. Worked on a few things that are not finished. Made this little cat. It's kind of hard to see the whiskers. They're like purple. Made my little rainbow cat. And then, are you ready? We made all the parts for my book dragon scarf, which his ears kind of look like a dog right now. Here's his tail. He's very weird, but I like him. And I'm glad that this project is finally done, considering I thought I was gonna get it finished in January and it's May, but that's okay. He's crazy and I like him, and I like how he turned out. I've never made a dragon. I'm still fairly new to like we're having a conversation. The little nub, it's like I can operate it like a puppet. I think that worked out pretty well, actually. I wasn't really sure like how I attached it, if that would be weird or not. The tail is a little bizarre. I honestly thought about leaving it off, but it's whatever. Will I wear this out places? I don't know, but I feel like there was more. I guess that's all the things I finished. I just worked on a lot of other things. So yeah, now this can be a scarf or a funny little mascot somewhere. I'm really proud of the nostrils for some reason. He needs a name. If you have suggestions, drop them down below. But yeah, I'm probably gonna make like a YouTube short that sort of like talks about the scarf a little bit more. But yeah, stay tuned for my dragon puppet kids show. Yeah. So thanks for watching this 24-hour crochet challenge video. If you liked it and you want to see more from me, feel free to subscribe. I post videos 2 to 3 times a month. Thanks so much for watching this one. See you next time.